Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of On the Horizon. We haven't introduced ourselves in a while, so I guess we should do that. I'm Leanne.
And I'm Brittany.
And this is our special guest, George. And we're super excited on this episode as well to have George sitting with us. And if you have not yet met him, he is an awesome, generous guy.
Yep.
He
big heart.
Yes. He's here around the building a lot, and he's involved in Face the Fear. If you've been around the last couple years, is it Cousin Earl?
You can call him Cousin Earl or Earl, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I didn't know if
and
he was
he
uncle.
refers to himself in the third person. He's like, come with Earl.
Oh, okay. So
there you go.
if you've been there,
He'll respond.
That's
Yeah.
maybe where his most famous role. But he like I said, he is a generous soul who contributes a lot around here in a lot of different ways, but he is also very busy outside these walls. Mm-hmm. And I will say one of your favorite, he kind of goes in phases, and I'll let him talk to you about that. But his favorite phase, for me at least, was when he got into making bread. And he was bringing bread and handing it out. It was homemade, awesome bread. I ate a few loaves of that myself.
Yes.
So. But tell us some of those things that you do and the fads that you get into and how you bless.
It's kind of interesting because I always had difficulty in school.
Okay.
I had a plethora of learning disabilities.
Look at that big word for a
plethora.
I know, plethora.
And that always struggled.
Okay.
And God designed me so amazingly that I would find something that I am fascinated in, and I would study it and exhaust it to the point where I got to do it really well, but then I got bored.
Okay.
And I dropped it and moved on to something else. And I can't even tell you half the things. You talk to Kimberly. I had a failed thing with potpourri.
I remember leather. You were into leather.
And
working.
right now I'm working on, because I haven't touched my tools in years. Kimberly had a come to Jesus meeting with me. She says, you have all your stuff from all your different things sitting around the house. You're never going to touch them. So now I am going to bless some people with some of my leather stuff. I have a lot of leather tools and leather, and I'm going to sell it for a very cheap price and offer tutorials for whoever wants it.
Oh, that's cool.
And for whatever else I have sitting around the house that she wants me to get rid of. But
That's great.
yeah, it's really interesting because I find myself interested, and I'll exhaust it. When I do that, I meet different groups of people. Mm-hmm. And when I do, I have a tendency to want to serve them and teach them about things. For example, pizza. I love pizza. I love food. I wanted to learn how to make the perfect pizza. I grew up in Long Island. I've had the perfect pizzas. I wanted to go beyond that. So I watched every YouTube channel. I created my own recipe. I made pizzas. And then COVID hit. So then I said, I'll make some pizzas, and people who are out of work swing by the house and I'll give them a pizza. And a co-worker of mine loved that and says, I want to be involved in this. Mm-hmm. So he financed me buying all this stuff. So Kimberly's laughing. She's like, put your hair up. So I got a cowboy hat and I get stuff on my beard, and I'm a pizza man for the entire day, and people come and buy it. I'm going up to the curb and handing them pizzas. And it's funny, people give me tips. I'm like, I don't want your money. The whole idea is for me to give you some food because you're out of work.
That's awesome.
And so then some people, I just want pizza, but I'll give you money to help finance for the next. Okay. So I did that for a while until I just got exhausted of that, and I ate too much pizza and got too fat. And just moved. And then from there, it went into bread. And I exhausted that. And I've done so many different things.
What's the most recent? Or what are you about to be embarking upon?
Every year, I started making something called pastelas. It's a Puerto Rican dish. We used to go and buy them from people, usually old Puerto Rican ladies that make them, because my wife's family's Puerto Rican. Kept telling my mother-in-law, these are so expensive. Why don't we learn how to make them? Oh, it's too labor intensive. So I learned how to make them.
Exactly? Is that how she said it exactly?
No, not really. So I learned how to make them, and she was impressed. So I would make them and give them away to people for Christmas and for the holidays. Some people are like, I want to buy them from you. Now I make dozens. Last year I made like 40 dozen.
Oh my goodness.
And I sell them, but some I'll give away.
Yeah.
I sell them for about 25 a dozen, and I did really well.
That's awesome.
And it's exhausting and it hurts my body after a while, but it's okay. And but with it, I get to go around and meet a lot of people.
Cool.
And we were in Puerto Rico and I made some, and I was named the honorary Boricua, which is, I think,
Wow,
Puerto Rican.
an honor.
Kind of cool, actually. And but yeah, that's just how God designed me. He designed me where I can't learn traditionally, but I'll find a way to learn different ways, and I'll try to find that to meet other people and serve them. And that's the one thing I love is hospitality. I've been blessed with a job. I work for Seminole County Water and Wastewater Department. I've been there over 20 years. And so I know a lot of people work, and I'm blessed with the fact that I can sit in my air conditioning office, and I work in the warehouse, and we have beautiful fans now. But I have ice pops, I have water. I meet people from contractors to truck drivers to the guys that I serve, from the meter readers to the water operators, the collections guys, distribution. And I have an ability to serve them. And I had this whole thing that came up in my head. I says, I am here to serve you so you can better serve others. And I have a popcorn machine. We have Popcorn Friday.
Popcorn Friday.
Popcorn Friday. I had to stop
You might need that here.
Yes. I had to stop it for a while because of COVID, but we brought it back, and a lot of people really look forward to Popcorn Friday.
That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
George.
That is cool.
And with doing that, God has brought me to many different places I never thought I would go. Had the opportunity where I need some transportation, so I got a motorcycle, and before I knew it, I'm involved in Christian Motorcycle Association.
Okay.
And I'm involved then going places where I never thought I'd go before, meeting certain motorcycle groups I never thought I'd meet before, praying for them. And it's just amazing on the journey that God's brought me through.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
That is really
I kind
cool.
of feel I took over. I get
No, you did.
I get overexcited.
You're the star.
No, you did. You've done awesome.
I get
You've done great.
overexcited and get cartoonish after a while, to
No,
the point
you
where I
were-
kind of call myself a Muppet.
No, you did a great job, and
Yeah.
I think you've inspired a lot
Yeah.
of people. To,
Well, I will say, even here, I can remember it was one Sunday, and you came back. Because you saw, was it a family living behind one of the shopping plazas off of 1792, I think, and you came back and you were gathering together either food or money to go take care of them because you had met them and met the need.
Well, we had the mafia luncheon, and I said, I know where to bring
That's
the
what-
food. Let me take the food.
That's what it was. Mafia luncheon is.
Yeah.
That sounds bad if you don't know what that is. That's our mothers and fathers interested in adolescents. That's our student, a student ministry luncheon. And so when they had leftover food, George knew where to take it.
Yeah.
He was aware of a family. So he is out and about in the community. He is serving people left and right. And so if you have something that you're wanting to know about, put it in his ear. He will research it, become excellent at it, and then you can just pay him to do it for you.
or you can check his repertoire of things he's already learned and maybe pick his
learn
brain
from him.
Well, there's a thing, it's something I pray every day, and it can be very scary. Lord, use me as you will to serve your kingdom.
Okay.
And it can be scary, and yes, he has used me by putting me in many different places.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you for your obedience
you.
and you being because you represent us as well as your family, but then our church family as well. So you're our hands and feet, and we're just so honored that you're part of our family here. And of course, we love it because then we get to reap all the benefits of all the new stuff that you learn.
Yes.
I think even a guitar has been passed around that you
Yes.
have donated and learned, and now you get to use your banjo skills at Face the Fear.
Yes. I only know one thing, but that's
That's all you need to know. So,
Come out and see Earl.
Come out and see Earl if you're watching this around Halloween time.
Yep.
And
Earl's gonna have green little friends.
oh, there we go.
Yep.
So so get to know George if you don't know him already. Now that you know his face and his name, come by and say hi, and we will look for you next time on the horizon.